They were so fucking sick of people still arguing over who would win between Goku and Superman. Like, they're so fucking done.
You should have just brought in Squirrel Girl. Had them both
Squirrel
lose.
Girl.
No one can withstand the might of Squirrel Girl, canonically, I think. I don't even know what her powers are. She talks to squirrels, and yet she beats Thanos. I don't get it.
Listen, you clearly do not know the power of the squirrel.
I just said I don't get it. How the hell does that work?
Become a squirrel, you'll find out.
I don't want to become a squirrel because then I have to listen to Squirrel Girl and do what she says. That's called slavery.
Then you'll never know.
Good.
You'll never know the power of the squirrel side.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I don't have a good segue, so welcome to the Dancer's Paradise podcast. Thank you guys for joining me. We got the lovely Sungar and the also lovely Kylar. There's the noise I was expecting. It's been a little bit. Everybody's busy. I don't know what. It's not soon. It's you.
Yeah,
you're the busy guy.
I'm sorry.
You with your job and your life and your important shit you have to do.
Oh,
it's
no.
ridiculous.
Stop exposing me.
Exposed. Cancel this man who doesn't have a Twitter.
Oh, yeah. That's why I don't have one. I'm invincible.
We've watched a ton of stuff lately, but we've only been able to really watch one movie together, which is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre that just came out on Netflix.
What a dog shit movie.
It was okay. So Netflix just came out with the next generation of evil Texas Chainsaw Massacre, aptly named Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We don't have any secondary titles or redux or any of that shit, or 2022. It's just they made another movie called Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's dumb. I think I really enjoyed our watch through of it, though. I had a lot of fun with how stupid it got.
It's a fun, dumb movie. Like, it's bad, but it's fun to watch. You know, it's no filth.
Yeah, I didn't walk away feeling sad.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. Get a group of friends and watch this movie is what I'm saying. So we figured we'd just go over that and kind of. Have you guys seen the older ones?
I have not. I haven't seen the original at all.
If I have, it's been a long ass time, so I don't remember pretty much anything about it.
I've seen a couple of them, and most of them are pretty shitty. But the original is pretty nuts. It really leaves you feeling uneasy, and it's very unsettling because all the characters are just uncomfortable to be around. They're all fucking weird, and everybody's crazy, and you never know what's going to happen next, and everything is just like, constant tension.
In an interesting way, not like in this newest one where they all fucking suck.
All the characters suck in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
They're all so bad.
They're the ones that cause it. Like,
it's kind of weird
we'll
with all these releases. They're all. It feels like they're all trying to copy Halloween. Just because
Halloween was good.
Yeah. Honestly, like you had the Scream, you had Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, there was Leatherface that came out before Halloween, I think. But, I mean, that apparently didn't do so hot anyways, so
the thing
doesn't really matter.
The thing I read that made me mad was, it says right here, after the release of Leatherface in 2017, Lionsgate had plans for 5 more films in the franchise.
Of course they did.
5 more.
There was also, like, that's just how this shit works. That's like the dark... what they call it, the dark universe with the Mummy and the Wolfman,
like,
and they were trying
whatever.
Yeah, they were going to do an MCU thing with all those horror characters that they had the license to. And
were they going to fund their own Avengers?
Pretty much. I think that was what they were going to end up with, like a New Age Monster Squad, and it was going to be every movie they put out was bad.
Monster Squad.
I think they finished off with the Tom Cruise Mummy movie, which is not good.
What do you mean?
It's kind of shitty. It really is. It's so weird. Yeah, I watched that, and the movie really needed. Have you ever seen the not the original Mummy, obviously, but the one with Brendan Fraser, that whole series that they had?
I know what you're talking about. I've seen clips of it.
Wait.
I haven't watched the whole thing.
What was it?
The Mummy with Brendan Fraser.
Oh, yeah, the movie's great.
Yeah, the original, that one with that dude, he fits that role perfectly, right? He's goofy, he's charming, he's adventurous, he's looking, he deserves to be in that spot. That movie is actually a fun watch for everybody.
I've seen The Mummy many times.
They kind of tried to do that again, except swap Brendan Fraser for Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise is not that guy. Tom Cruise is not like happy-go-lucky. Maybe when he was younger, but now it was just so weird to see him in that role. He didn't. It just didn't work. I'm surprised they cast him in it. To be honest, he's not a bad actor, but he does fit a certain archetype, and that wasn't it. He was too cool for such a dumb premise.
I don't know. I've seen him in a few roles where I'm like, oh wait, that was who? Like freaking Tropic Thunder is always what I think of, where I still can't imagine that as Tom Cruise.
Right? I like Tropic Thunder though.
I could not believe that was actually him. I had to go back and watch it again just to see. Right. I was like, holy shit, that actually is Tom Cruise.
He can act. He's done comedy stuff. It's just, it did not fit. That's like wacky comedy.
Yeah.
And, I guess he's done a little bit of comedy in some other movies like Jerry Maguire, which was like a comedy drama. That was like a good movie throughout, but it's a different kind of comedy. It's not as happy-go-lucky. I don't know. This just did not work. That movie sucked. The Mummy sucks. So we're talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We'll just go ahead and go into it.
I feel like we're trying to avoid it.
Gosh.
We're not. It's just
it's a lot. There's a lot to go through.
It's a lot to go through. So I guess we'll just start it off. And this is a direct sequel, I believe, to the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yep.
Right. And it starts off showing like news clips and stuff of, the town had that happen and there, was one girl who survived and the town has become kind of famous for that.
Ninth installment,
like
sequel to the first one.
I mean, that's what Halloween did, and it worked.
True.
I don't think this worked, but
no. Fucking hell no, it did not.
So the only person that was left was the final girl, Hardesty.
Hatterty, I think.
Hardesty.
Is it Hardesty? I don't fucking.
It's Hardesty. And we open on like this group of kids, and this was kind of strange. They're like traveling to the town. There's, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them, and they're traveling to the town to kind of look at the history. And then also there was like one of the dudes is like a influencer. I don't know any of the characters' names. It doesn't matter. They're all fodder. He's an influencer, and somehow he's bought like property that he's bought up the town basically, and he's going to try and sell it to a busload of people that's going to come through later today. And that is kind of why we're where we're at.
Oh my God. It's yeah. So you have 4, I don't even know if you want to call them main characters, but starting characters, which the only person I really remember is Dante.
Just because I kept yelling his name out. That's
pretty much. Yeah, that's really it. Who's like the only guy there. The other 3 are all female. And there was Leela, I believe her name was, who's the youngest.
Dude, he's not even listed as like the main guy in the casting on Wikipedia.
Is he? Oh my God.
It's Jacob Lattimore as Dante Spivey, a close friend of Melody and Lila. That's it. That's the entire descriptor.
He's like the main reason that they're there.
Yeah, I know.
And like the whole drive, like he's making, I don't know, like Instagram posts or TikToks or something of him talking about driving down to this place or whatever. And they eventually have to stop for gas. And we introduce to another character who right away they introduce him as just an asshole because he drives this giant ass truck. He's got the 2 like smokestacks coming off of it, just like puts out tons of black smoke. And he's immediately seen as, oh God, I don't remember what he says, but he comes off as like transphobic and racist, just immediately a terrible person. Right
He's
off
just
the
a
bat.
Small town hick, and he blows by them with this smokestack truck, like you were saying. And
he's about the mechanic guy.
Yeah.
It ends up that he's like a town mechanic, which was also weird because it doesn't feel like you when you finally, I mean, there's a little bit more that happens, but when you finally get to the town, there's like nobody there except the mechanic and one old lady. And it's an entire town of empty houses, it seems. I don't understand that.
The entire town's supposed to be abandoned. Like, there's not supposed to be anyone living there.
So what the fuck is he doing there?
Exactly.
What color's car is he fixing?
It doesn't make any fucking sense. But there's kind of an awkward moment when they get there and they realize that the person they hired is like, I guess, fix up the town is actually that same dude. So that was kind of awkward.
They pissed him off.
The mechanic dude, like, he has a shop there in town. Like, he lives there. And he has a bunch of like fucking guns and all this other stuff. I don't know whose cars he's fixing, but whatever.
He's fixing his own. I don't even know how there's fucking power to this town. There's nothing here. There's tumbleweeds and asphalt. That is the entire town.
Pretty much.
Oh,
it's stupid.
It's really bad.
So our adventurers decide to go check out the house. One of the houses they're going to sell still has a Confederate flag because we're in, bumfuck country. And it's got a Confederate flag on the wall that they got to go take down for the sellers coming. And it turns out to be like an orphanage that is, it looks like somebody lives there, but they go in and it's empty at first, and they kind of explore and take down the Confederate flag. And as they're doing so, a very old crazy lady comes out of the hallway and wonders why they're in her house. I think she goes on to say that like, what does she do? She offers them some tea and is like, yeah, come down. We'll sit talking and we'll figure this out. And, they're obviously creeped out. And then she starts saying some like racist shit. Yeah. Says like, oh, I love Negroes. And the dude's like, I gotta go. Our main character, Dante, is black. Just so. Yeah. He gets mad real quick. Deservedly so. And she's saying that there was like a mix up at the bank and that she has the title and she lives there. And it seems like she's just squatting. So Dante gets mad after the Negro comment and dips and is like, I'm calling the cops. Meanwhile, we have our other girl, our more the mainest character, I guess.
Yeah, Melody. She's kind of like a driving force in the movie, I guess, if you want to call it that.
If you want to call it that. She is wandering around by herself and has stumbled into the mechanics.
Oh, wait. Lila is her name.
No, that's Lila. That's the child. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. There's two sisters and they both suck.
Yeah.
They like, and I don't mean like the actors suck. They're doing whatever. It's just like the characters are written in such a poor fashion where everything is their fault pretty much. They never make the right decisions. Everything they do is wrong in a horror movie. And she's kind of wandering around and finds the mechanic's house. Not the mechanic's house, but the mechanic's shop. While she's doing that, the cops show up at the orphanage, and the old lady who's at the orphanage is like, yo, I got my special needs son who I take care of, and he can't leave the house, and he's just like this lurking figure at the top of the stairs. And she's like, all right, you go back inside. And then immediately the cops show up and then literally drag her out, and they're like, we told you couldn't be here. And the cops straight up take the lady away, and her quote unquote son jumps in the back of the police van. They have a big brown van that says sheriff on it.
Which is their ambulance.
There is a scene too before they enter town where they're stopped by these two police officers, and like the van, it's literally just like some junker van with sheriff like stickered onto the back of it. Like that's all it is, not a proper police car whatsoever. And this is also where you get like they are letting them know they are not welcome in this abandoned town, whatever that means.
How dare you come into our shithole and try to breathe life into it by selling these useless properties.
Yeah, everyone around the main cast is just immediately an asshole and just terrible people. But yeah, they get into the van. The lady basically has a heart attack, like she's going to cardiac arrest or something similar, and they're trying to get her to a hospital because there's no 911 or anything around because it's an abandoned town.
Only cops.
Yeah, like that's all they got. So the big dude goes in, he's trying to like help her while the cops try to drive her away, and also Dante's girlfriend, I believe, decides to travel with them to make sure that she makes it there okay and find out what's going on. After this happens, Melody, who's the other oldest, she is basically in an argument with Dante, saying that we basically like force this woman out of her home, and she's starting to have like second guesses about what they're doing. And what they're doing is really weird because at this point you get the sellers coming to the town, and they're in this like really big bus, and apparently they whole bought all of these houses here, and they're now auctioning them off to other people to create their own neighborhood. I don't know, it's weird.
I have no idea what the end goal was here. Maybe they were trying to make some like tourist destination of like, this is where the chainsaw massacres happened, or maybe they were trying to make some kind of little Vegas in the middle of nowhere. I have no idea.
They're trying
this
to
all
set
looks like
something up. It was fucking weird.
Yeah, it's strange. Like everyone that's there, clearly, like they're all some kind of influencers. They're all taking pictures and posting stuff, something. So maybe they're trying to make like some kind of social media town.
Streamer house.
Streamer town. Everything is always streamed all the time.
Cameras
it's really
everywhere.
Weird. And it's strange, like, when Dante's worried about like what the investors are going to think by taking down flags, like they've never been here before. They're trying to sell all these things that they have never even seen, even though they've just purchased all of it. And we know they've purchased it because they have deeds to all the buildings. Like they've bought all of these houses.
Yep.
And they've never even been there before.
Except for one.
Except for one.
Yeah.
The one that starts it all.
Yeah. So as it goes on, the auction starts happening. They start selling the houses. And then we get back to what's her face riding with Leatherface. And
Ruth,
unfortunately,
I think her name is.
Yeah, it was Ruth. That's right. Dante's girlfriend. Eventually the mom dies. And that's when Leatherface is like, all right, time to do the things. I'm not sure what really triggered it besides him dying. I think it's maybe he thought that it was their fault that she died. I think that's the idea.
It's obvious at this point that this is the Leatherface, and he was orphaned, I guess, and this old lady's been taking care of him since the first one, which doesn't... The other thing that doesn't make sense is like...
Isn't he an adult in the first one?
He's an adult in the first one, and in this one, he is like still a regular adult. He's not an old man.
I was going to bring that up because like this one takes place 50 years later, and then looking at the development of it, it's supposed to feature a 60-year-old Leatherface.
That man is not 60. That man is 60. Like 45.
Yeah.
At the most.
No,
and there's no way he's 50 later.
He just eats his veggies.
Spry, and she's been taking really good care of him. It gets extremely violent inside the van really fast. Like this is
fucking ever, man.
I love horror, but I don't love torture porn. And some of the older Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies get into like torture-y stuff, and I'm not about it. I was
reading the synopsis and I was like, I don't want to read this anymore.
This one's a little bit better about it. I mean, there's some gross scenes, but it's mostly quick, and it's just
more
people getting killed. It is. It's more action. There's some cool imagery that there's one or two scenes that I remember that I really liked, even though they were dumb.
One of the ones I was like, was where he broke the guy's arm, stabbed him with his own fucking wrist bone.
It was so funny because I was just playing Doom Eternal, and that's something that you constantly do to the demons. Is like one of the gory kills you break an arm. Yeah, and he's like, "I got you. I know. Synchronicities. We're on top of it." He kills everybody. The girlfriend, the cops. They've crashed in the field against like a combine. And obviously there's nothing around them except fields and fields of sunflowers. Because it's the nothing lands.
Dying.
I don't know. There's nothing out here.
There really is not.
And I think he sets to work taking the face off of somebody.
It's
it was
the old
either
lady.
the girlfriend, the old lady. So
Yeah.
okay, doing Leatherface things. He's gonna take off the face of his mom and just wear it. It's wonderful. Back at the
It's
town, I think we
wonderful.
skipped over it. It is. I mean, it's the whole point of the movie.
Yeah.
At the town, we forgot to mention one of the main character sisters has like, she was in the mechanic's garage, and you get a flashback to where she goes in there and sees like an AR-15 laying on the table, because you do whatever you want if you're in an abandoned town. And she gets flashbacks to apparently she was in a school shooting and she got shot. And
doesn't the flashback happen after like the mechanic notices the bullet wound on her chest or something like that?
it's something.
I think they had to like
Something
alert to it, like, "What is that bullet wound?"
Well, what's kind of weird about that is it doesn't really. Maybe I missed something, but does that ever really come to anything?
She gets like a flashback to it, like being in a similar situation. Doesn't really mean anything though.
But it feels like it's just kind of.
I think it's
I don't know. Is pandering the right word?
Supposed to be some kind of symbolism.
It's just there for like
in the long run.
You know, we're for inclusion purposes. Like we got everyone in here. That's the thing. It's weird.
It doesn't feel necessary.
I
I don't understand the point of it.
Respond to it really.
Yeah, there's nothing like. She doesn't get superpowers from being in a school shooting at some point.
No, she gets trauma, and that's not super.
Damn.
What?
That's especially unsuper.
That's what I'm saying.
I guess maybe later on, because she was already in trauma, she recovers from traumatic things quicker. Maybe
she shoots
that's
that gun real quick.
I think doesn't. Yeah, we'll get to it.
Well, she fucks it up first.
Yeah, she fucks it up.
One thing I forgot to mention is Ruth does text Melody before the whole thing goes down, Leatherface, that the mom died. And that's how Melody gets angry, and how Richter overhears them talking about her death. And this is the key plot point: is Richter's angry and takes the keys to the bus that they had used to get there, and basically says, if you don't own the rights to that house, you're not going home. So you better prove that you do. And he basically just holds on to them. Yeah.
So the mechanic has their keys.
Yeah. And this is where Dante's basically looking through like his files, trying to find like, you know, proof that he owns that building that she was in, and he can't find anything. And he realizes, oh shit, we actually just kicked someone out of their own house.
Yeah, they don't own
It's
that
kind of
building.
weird though, because there was, if you remember what we said earlier, the cops did say, what are you doing in here? You're not supposed to be in here. Implying that she's, you know, been staying in this place she's not supposed to be at.
Yeah, they said they already told her she was squatting, but she's had the deed. Why would
the entire time? Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is just a flub on the movie's part. Like it's doesn't make sense.
Don't worry, there's more, because after this we get introduced to Sally, the survivor of the previous movie.
Yep.
Her battle-hardened ranger senses realizes that Ruth has been attacked and died, and Leatherface is out again.
How did she know that?
No, wait, wasn't it? Hold on, there was no. Remember, didn't Ruth like go over the radio, and then like some guy at a fucking truck stop or something picked it up? And then contacted her to see or something?
I think so. I kind of remember that she tried to use the radio.
Some guy called her, and she's like, this is
my time
total
is now.
Similarity to the new Halloween.
She does look like she got like some kind of sixth sense thing going on. Where she's like, oh,
Yeah, she immediately knows what to do. She finds them. Like, everything goes right for her to track down what's happening as soon as possible.
Too bad she's not good at fighting.
It's great. Well, because she's supposed to be made out like this Jamie Lee Curtis badass, and she drives off into the sunset to go avenge her friends and kill the Texas Chainsaw Man, and then she's just gone for another, like, what, half an hour?
Yeah.
Only to show up later and get fucked immediately. Like, it's so
We'll get to
stupid.
that. We'll get to that. So,
She fumbles
after that,
star.
after they realize that they just kicked what's-her-face out of her house by mistake, this is when we see that Leatherface has somehow walked all the way back to town.
He's so fast.
He's really fast.
I mean, you do see him run. He does run.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Ran
god.
that whole way.
Dude, I just imagine
and is
he's
now
got his,
lurking
I just
in
imagine
town.
he's
Just the
got
whole way just flailing and helicoptering all the way down the empty highway.
he's got his hands above his head and he's doing the waddle.
He's doing the Zoidberg dance all the way home.
He's like the Flash.
And he returns to the orphanage at the same time that Melody is going back through the orphanage itself to see if she can find paperwork saying that Ginny owned the place, which she does. And she immediately hides. And this is where you get a scene where... Oh, what is it? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Leatherface kills Dante first.
Yeah, he's exploring downstairs. And one thing that is kind of neat is I think they actually recreated a lot of the original house setting, because like the stairs and the hallway next to it and the darkened figures in it, that all happens in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was looking at that imagery. I don't know if the house looks exactly the same, but it is very reminiscent. It is, playing on that. But yeah, Dante's exploring and he gets slapped with a machete real quick.
One thing they do during the scene when they're killing him, it's kind of cool, is they have like the door that you see the scene happening through. It's a kitchen door that like opens both ways, like swinging door. And every time like it swings, you can kind of see what's going on. And, it's doing that thing where it changes a little bit every time. The problem is the door's CGI, and it's really obvious that it is.
Is it?
It is.
Oh my god, it is.
Are you watching it?
CGI. Oh my god.
It's really bad. Like, you can so tell, like, it looks like a really shitty door.
Oh my god, why? Why have they done this?
I'm surprised you didn't notice.
I didn't. Anyway, Melody comes downstairs and sees her boyfriend being killed, and then books it upstairs and hides in the closet after Leatherface sees her, and there's this kind of cat and mouse chasing scene, and Leatherface, I guess, just gives up. And, he's crazy, and so he just starts smelling his dead mom's dress instead and goes about his business. Oh, he starts putting on makeup.
Yeah, he puts it on his leather face.
Yeah. And Melody sneaks and hides under the bed, and here comes like the stupidest scene, because Leatherface is like, all right, it's killing time, and he goes at the wall with a sledgehammer to get his fucking legendary chainsaw that's been sealed inside the wall, like John Wick busting open the concrete floor to get his weapons after being retired. Here comes Leatherface out of retirement.
That chainsaw is the chainsaw
is the star of the movie.
It's like the Infinity Gauntlet, man. That thing is indestructible.
Infinity Gauntlet. It's a very strong chainsaw.
Throughout the movie, I was cracking me up because it's he's using it as a fucking projectile, he uses it as a shield, he uses it as a fucking chainsaw.
Shotgun shells with it.
It's fucking nuts.
His chainsaw is his stand. It's fucking wonderful.
But eventually, as she's hiding about, Richter comes to investigate because he discovers Dante, who actually survived the initial attack and is trying to get to everyone else on the bus. But he unfortunately bleeds out and dies in front of Richter, who immediately tells everyone else to get on the bus, draws his pistol like the badass he of course is, and he's gonna go deal with it himself without giving everyone else back the keys so they can just leave. He's gonna keep those on him.
I don't know. I can justify
no,
it.
it's so like
It's
he
dumb.
lives in this town. He lives next door to this lady and her crazy son, who's a mass murderer. And he doesn't know what's going on. He goes in the house like he thinks he just needs a little pistol. He doesn't call the police. He doesn't call an ambulance for the guy. He just takes the keys and is like, I'll handle this, and goes back in the house and gets fucking slaughtered.
Ass whooped.
Damn. Richter's like, he looks like a tough dude. Like he's a pretty big guy. But
Everybody's a tough dude until they get hit with a fucking hammer.
Yeah, like you think like, oh, they're about to square up, and then Leatherface just like bops him with the hammer in his knee, and his leg just starts facing the wrong way.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah, no, it's like a fucking Lego piece being snapped or something.
Oh my god,
It's awful.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is gonna be one of those. He does not stand a chance. Like he just gets absolutely destroyed.
Like one of those wooden modeling puppets. It's fucking.
Oh my gosh.
And then he as he falls down, he sees Melody hiding under the bed and holds out his keys as like take my keys, and then he gets smashed in the head with a hammer for 5 minutes, and it's pretty grotesque.
Goes so long with it too.
He is absolutely fucking dead.
Oh my gosh.
There's no question about it. So there goes 1, 2, 3. I think we've had like 5 or 6 characters killed already. At least. Yeah, we had everybody in the van. So there's 4, 5, the old lady, Dante, Richter. So we've lost quite a few people. And now we get a little scene of Hardesty. She's found the accident where all the cops were killed, and sees that Leatherface has made a shrine of his dead mother in the cornfield. And that's pretty much that there. She just goes, she's sniffing out the trail.
The prop they used for the shrine was pretty good. Even I was like, ooh. I was like, oh, that I don't want to look at that.
I'm trying to find, because I think you're right. It does look pretty cool. It looks very
it's pretty impressive considering like a lot of the other props in the movie are all CGI.
Yeah, because he skinned her face, so her eyes are still there, and she's just like a skinned body sitting up in. Yeah, it's pretty grotesque.
And they did a good job making that thing, because it hurts to look at.
And she takes a look at the Polaroid of her old friends and is like, all right, I'm going to go handle this, and peels out and makes her way back into town.
Does nothing.
Sorry, it's just so stupid knowing what happens next. But anyway,
yeah.
As we go on, Melody she gets the keys and she tries to flee the house
in the dumbest way possible. I get that the stairs are squeaky, but she like tries to vault over the stairs even more silently, and none of it works. I mean, he sees her immediately. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and she's makes it to the bottom of the staircase before Leatherface sees her.
Yeah, she makes it to the bottom of the staircase. He fucking whips the hammer at her and smacks it. He throws it and clobbers her down the stairs.
He throws his fucking sledgehammer at her, which hits her so hard she flies off the staircase into the floor, then through the floor under the house.
Now she's in the sub area. Dude's got his chainsaw, and it's what you expect. He's like chasing her through. I don't know how he would possibly know where she is, but he's cutting through the floor constantly trying to find her.
I'm more surprised she was okay getting hit with the sledgehammer like that.
Right?
Like she was not
okay.
Not
this is a very
phased.
padded bra. I thought it looks like she gets hit in the face with it, but she's fine.
She deflected
like,
with her
oof.
titties.
I guess so. She got power titties. It's fine.
But yeah, that chainsaw does not fuck around. Like you can see what the thing does in this scene. Because it just cuts through
everything. Dude, he tears through the fucking entire floor with it like it's nothing. He's going through like cross beams and everything, and it's not stopping.
And not even slowing down. He cuts through a pipe, and she's under it, and it's full of fucking sewage, and it pours all over her.
I forgot she gets covered in shit.
Yeah, she gets covered in shit.
Luckily, her sister shows up and sees her at the grate and pulls her out, and they make a run for it towards the bus. And I think I remember this is a scene that was in the trailer.
It was, yeah.
It's fun. I had fun with it. It was like something after seeing how stupid and violent everything's been so far to be like, oh, he's going to get on that bus. And there's like 30 people who can't get off the bus.
Yep.
And he's got a chainsaw. And it plays out exactly as you'd expect.
But before that, because they do make it to the bus before Leatherface catches up, and they get the keys in and they start driving away. And as they're driving, you see Leatherface standing there.
You're like, no.
And he stops that fucking bus.
Yep.
You don't even, but he's like standing there and the bus goes past and then the bus like blows a tire and it's like, but wait, did he really just book it up to the tire and fucking like cut it in half like super quick?
The speed he made it back in town after that ambulance crash.
Leatherface is so fast. He's the Flash.
He cut it anime
wonderful.
style. Just reappeared behind the bus.
Yeah, it's like the samurais fighting in the reeds under the moonlight. And you just see the one sword stroke and one of them dies. That's Leatherface.
What?
Oh,
It's so stupid. But
You mean
anyway,
like the
one of
vignetting
the
where he's got like he's like the end of slash motion and there's a bloodstream coming from his opponent? Like what?
yeah, it's like that. He's as
Basically.
fast as that. He just
Samurai
draws it and puts
showdown.
it back. Yeah.
but the
He's like
driver's
the-
like what the deuce? I must go investigate. And he gets out of the bus immediately to see what happened.
Never to be heard from again. You just hear the chainsaw revving in the distance.
Yeah, you just see his decapitated head get thrown back into the bus, and everyone starts screaming. And this is where you get the legendary scene that
It's
Fliz
so
loves.
stupid. It's like
yeah, I didn't really think about that. They get a head thrown in front of them and like, wow, this is so realistic.
it's, you know,
What?
Today's culture is so jaded and so interested in likes on social media. They wouldn't even know a massacre when it hits them in the face. And slowly, you know, Leatherface walks his ass onto the bus and they're like, if you try anything, you'll get canceled. And everybody cringed.
I don't think he
And
cares.
then he immediately begins murdering everybody. And this is a long scene. This isn't
Yeah.
like a lot of movies would, let's say, you get flashes of light from inside the bus and you're on the outside and you're just seeing like kind of flashing things happen inside the bus, but you're not getting it. This is not that. This is everybody getting chopped in half from inside.
This is
chainsaw just
watch the entire
running
scene.
Yeah, it's bad.
The worst part is like you don't feel bad for any of the people there because they're all
No.
just terrible.
No, everybody sucks. One lady gets like cut totally in half as she's climbing out.
They're
Yeah,
like streaming it on Facebook and shit. Like
Everybody in the bus dies except our two protagonist sisters who have made their way into the bathroom and
yeah.
they've opened a hatch in the ceiling and are trying to climb out. Leatherface busts through part of the door and she like stabs him with the little screwdriver thing, a little corkscrew.
yeah.
And they make their way out into the street and they run into Hardesty, who's on the case. She is here to kick ass
She
and
got her
take names.
shotgun.
Yeah, she has like a proper police vehicle too. I was like,
She
oh, look at
does.
that.
It's got a cage and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I think she's a ranger or something.
Yeah, she is. And
Yeah.
she uses that thing in the worst way possible.
Oh my god. So what
'Cause-
does she do? What does she do? Oh my god.
So Sally is able to save the other two. They're like, quick, come here. I'll save you. And she opens up her car, puts them in the back seat. Stay here. I got this. And pumps her shotgun.
It's so
And-
dumb. She locks them in the back of the fucking it's so dumb.
The two are trying to escape. Like, no, don't leave us here. So, like, they're legitimately begging her not to leave them in there and to just give them the keys or to just drive away. But she's like, nah, I got this, guys.
Oh
So
my, it's
she
so
goes up to
dumb.
1v1 fucking Leatherface in the most stupid anime fight
Oh
I've
my
ever
God.
seen.
No, it's
Fucking
not even
loses.
that yet. It's not even that yet because she goes into the house,
yeah.
the orphanage, and Leatherface is sitting on the bed. He's like done. He's tired. You know, he did what he wanted to do. He's sitting on the bed. He's chilling out, you know, ready to take a nap. And she walks in and points the shotgun at him. And she's like, you remember my friends? And he doesn't say anything because he's Leatherface. She's like, you remember me? He doesn't say anything. And then she doesn't shoot him. He slowly picks up his chainsaw because he hears the girls. Yeah, he hears the girls screaming in the car, and he just walks out of the room. She just lets him walk out of the room after she was like, "This is my job. This is my sworn duty to kill this motherfucker." And she chokes so hard. Leatherface then makes his way out to the car to where these girls are locked up because stupid ass Hardesty locked them in the back seat. Oh my god, this is so dumb.
What? Oh wait, yeah, no, never mind. It's a police vehicle. I was gonna be like the fact that they couldn't unlock it, but yeah, no, if it's a police vehicle, they wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, it's locked from the outside. You can't.
Yeah, it's just how it works.
Although to be fair, I would completely believe if this movie missed that fucking point.
I don't know why she did that. There was no reason to do that. Leatherface starts busting open the windows with his chainsaw and trying to get at them. And Hardesty comes back again and is like, "Hey, you remember me, don't you?" And shoots him a couple times. And this is the first time you actually see, like, she hits him in the shoulder with one shot. And then you see him kind of like spin move around the corner.
Yeah.
He's just juking her.
It's such a weird thing because you're so used to seeing like Michael Myers and stuff slowly, like
speed
stalk
walking
around
somewhere.
the corner.
Yeah.
Maybe speed walking.
And only that,
My
like
man's-
he's gone down an alleyway too. Like, he disappears.
He's straight like Madden 2022's around the corner and fucking runs down the field. He's gone.
Just so fucking peers. Like he's gone.
Like
into
if
the
you ever
darkness.
played Gears, how the characters in that run, that's him.
What? He roadie runner, where the fuck it is?
Yeah.
The crouch down. He's like, eh.
Just zooming.
He's got a
Just
chainsaw.
fucking booking it. And
But then Sally just hands Melody the key, saying like, "Go, get out of here." Like, why didn't you just do that in the first place?
because she's dumb like every other character in this movie. And she stalks her way down to a dark alley.
They're gonna have their 1v1.
They're gonna have their 1v1. She hears a chainsaw revving in the dark and slowly walks her way up there. And he straight books it out of the fucking alley and starts deflecting shots with the chainsaw.
He's
It's like a fucking Jedi deflecting beams with a lightsaber. He's like, nee.
I would have loved it if he's like swinging the chainsaw around in circles, doing it like nunchucks, fucking deflecting shots. It wouldn't be any dumber than it already is.
He's legit just parrying shotgun blasts, like no problem.
No problem. And he gets her in the stomach with the chainsaw and lifts her up in the air and just throttles it, and she gets evil deaded, and then he straight chucks her into the trash.
Yeah,
Oh my god, this is so dumb. He chucks her into the trash, and they're flooring it in the truck. The two girls are like, "We're gonna run him over," and he throws the chainsaw.
Yeah, I forgot about that. He just throws it at them.
He throws it and fucking nails through the windshield and bounces off it.
He's like,
and runs away again.
Just zooms. Just fucking gone.
It's so
Hold on.
dumb. It's so dumb.
I need to watch this clip. The fucking chainsaw throw.
Oh my god, it's so dumb. They crash the car, and the older sister gets impaled with like the stick shift or something, and she's stuck in the car. The younger protagonist who is in the school shooting, I don't know their names. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. She gets out of the car and runs away, and the other sister's like, "Get out of here, he's gonna kill me, he doesn't have to kill us both." And the other sister jets, and Leatherface comes up to the car and he's like, "I'm here now," and she's like, "I'm sorry, we didn't mean to kick you out of the house." He revs the chainsaw, and here comes the other sister, and she's got the AR-15 in her hands, and she fires, and it goes click because she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. And he just starts chasing her down the street, like waving the chainsaw in the air.
It's so fucking stupid.
It's so dumb. And then he knocks her down, and she's about to get killed with the chainsaw, and Hardesty is still alive with the shotgun, and she shoots him in the back, and he runs away again.
He just fucking disappears.
Dude, he's so fast.
He's so quick.
He's so speedy.
I don't know how Hardesty was still alive. She got super murdred. Nobody would live through what she lived through.
We talked about this. That the one chick, Ruth, at the start, gets stabbed in the stomach and like dies immediately, and then Hardesty gets a chainsaw for like a minute and is still going.
Yeah, like a full minute. She was in the air with that chainsaw through her.
He even shook her up a little bit just to make sure, for good measure.
Threw her in the garbage. She dies and hands her shotgun off to the younger sister, and they go into an old movie theater where Leatherface ran to. The other sister is trying to free herself at this point. And we get back to what is this character's name? It doesn't matter. Our main protagonist sister. She is slowly stalking in the dark theater, and she's just hearing chainsaw sounds. And she hears a chainsaw coming through, like she just hears it, and so she goes and checks a little room, and it's a trap. And it turns out that he's left the chainsaw running so she can see it, and then he just tackles her into a big old pit of water for some reason. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, it's been raining.
It's got a fucking pool in it. It's
got
really
a pool,
but that's
like the floor's busted
a
open.
Pool.
I don't know how deep it goes.
It was a bad idea because Leatherface doesn't know how to swim.
What do you mean? Yeah, he does. This motherfucker's got dolphin powers.
He can't fucking swim, dude.
Well, I mean, he tackles her in there, and then he just never comes back up for a hot minute. And you see our sister pop up out of the water, and she's like, "I made it," and she's crawling away, and fucking Leatherface jumps up out of the water like a fucking walrus with a jetpack.
He fucking rockets out of that water like a dolphin jumping for something.
Well, I'm guessing he just hit the bottom, so he just jumped.
They make it seem like it's a deep pit of water. I don't know how that works, but whatever. So dumb. And so he knocks her down, and she gets up and starts running away, and he takes his chainsaw and like throws it like a what do you call those things soon? A curling ball?
Like a curling stone or whatever?
Yeah, a curling stone. He whips it along the ground, and it spins and catches her in the leg and knocks her down. And
it's like a Beyblade.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was exactly what I thought of when he did that. I was like, give me this kind of ripcord. He let her rip.
He's done so much with this chainsaw, and he's about to land the final blow. And the other sister comes up, and I don't know what she does.
It was the AR again, wasn't it? Like they actually got it working that time?
Yeah, she shoots him with the AR, and then
Leatherface can't take anymore. He collapses into the water after Melody like uppercuts him with his own chainsaw.
Yeah, he like gets hit
and
in,
you
like
just
the
slowly
chin.
watch him sink to the bottom.
Dead. Real quick, it was just this whole stupid death where like she shoots him with the AR, and then she gets knocked down. The other sister gets back up with the shotgun, and then instead of shooting him again, they hit him in the face with the chainsaw once, and he falls in the water.
He ow.
It was kind of weird because it acted like he got punched in the face, even though he legit just got smacked with a chainsaw.
Yeah, like the blade hit his chin, I think, and then he's went down. Which I mean, I guess you would go down after a chainsaw to the chin. Still.
But like after seeing everything he's done, this is another stupid character thing where it's like, y'all put the chainsaw in him. Don't just whack him and let him fall into the water. What are you doing? Are you stupid? Just murder this man. Cut him into little tiny pieces.
It's wild how like overpowered they make him, because Leatherface is not a supernatural being. He's a crazy cannibal. Like,
I mean, maybe crazy gives you extra strength in some situations.
As I see people say, he's not Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees. Like,
no, he's just a dude. But he's a very strong dude. Apparently,
keep in mind he's supposed to be like a fucking 80-year-old dude at this point.
He's also an old man. I don't know.
He's a very old man.
But he has slaughtered like 50 people in one night, so bravo. Sun comes up and we get our sisters again, ready to end the scene.
They get their self-driving car.
I almost choked. It's so stupid.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Every time I check out this movie, it's dumber and dumber.
I know.
They engage the autopilot. They're like, "Good job, sis. We're going home. We survived and nobody else did. Fuck those guys." Autopilot engage. And as they are slowly driving off into the distance, listening to fucking Vitamin C or whatever the fuck, the window busts open and Leatherface just snatches the other sister out and very quickly just cuts her head off.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I don't know how autopilot works. I'm not rich. I don't have a Tesla, but I think if you like hit the brakes, it stops, right?
I would assume.
Yeah, she like opens the sunroof and just starts yelling out it as she's like,
the car keeps going.
The car keeps going.
She's like reaching her hands out on top of the car, like, no, sis, as she's watching Leatherface dance with his chainsaw in his sister's head. And the car's going so slow.
It is slowly cruising. No, I'm not going to stop, but no.
And then Leatherface just fucking hurls his chainsaw.
Yeah, and he goes home.
And then he goes home.
He literally just goes home.
That's it. Yeah. He had a good old time.
He's like, yeah, all a day's work. Time to go back to bed.
I don't know who's paying for the power in this town, but I guess I'll just live here and keep using it.
Oh, man. This is so bad. Like, I feel bad because, like, there's a reason we legitimately don't remember the names of the characters. Because, like, Dante's the only one you ever hear, really.
There are no likable characters.
Yeah, they're not likable. They basically brought it on themselves. Like,
I mean, they're barely characters.
Yeah.
It's not even just that. Like, you know, because I never watched the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So they never really actually say Sally's name. So I never even knew who she was. Before they killed her.
Maybe,
I knew they said Hannity, but they never said Sally, I don't think. They just said her last name.
Yeah. Maybe that would have been more impactful had we watched the first one. I didn't know this was a direct sequel when we started it. Otherwise, we might have watched the first one.
I mean, it seems like it being a direct sequel pissed a lot of people off.
Why? Who the fuck is out there like standing regular Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Like, I don't know, man. Like, okay, maybe not a lot of people, but I saw comments, I saw reviews on it.
The movie's like 50 years old now. Who cares anymore?
I saw reviews on it, people being like, man, they're really gonna like the one surviving character go out that way in such a shitty way and stuff. That was their main complaint, was that like that the character sucked.
She wasn't like I've seen it and I don't think that she was like she was a final girl, not like a real character, if I remember. Like, she wasn't like Sydney in Scream or, you know, the lady from Halloween, Judith Myers or whatever. Like, she was just a final girl. Like, that's all there was to it. She was just the last one left.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you know, this movie could have made her more. Like, if you look at Halloween and what they did,
tried to make her more though. It just did it.
Yeah, they just wrote it really badly.
They could have done a better job. But yeah, the issue with the movie is like, you don't care about anyone here. No one matters. Everyone, like, as soon as you see that bus of people show up in a deserted town, you immediately know, oh, those are the people that are gonna die. Like, those are the dying people. There's right there.
No one else in the town besides the cops and like the mechanic.
Yeah.
And the old lady.
As we talk about it, though, I'm kind of like enjoying that factor more because I don't give a shit about any of the characters. I'm just watching. Like, Leatherface is the most like important character in the whole movie. Nobody else matters.
Yeah,
and I think I kind of like it that way. I think this was Leatherface's movie, not, you know, protagonist. Like, they don't matter at all. So it was just fun to watch all the dumb shit happen with the chainsaw.
Yeah, it's an enjoyable movie, but I still don't think it's a good movie.
It's not good.
It's not a great one, no.
It's entertaining, not good.
It's just fun to watch.
It's funner
to watch Leatherface do repost with a chainsaw.
Again, I'd say it's better to watch with like a group to like shoot the shit on it and stuff.
Oh, this is an absolute group watch. If you got a group of friends who like horror movies and you want to see some dumb shit, like this is really similar to like Evil Dead.
But I would have not watched
even Evil Dead had better characters.
I love Evil Dead.
I think everybody loves Evil Dead.
Evil Dead's great.
It is. There was not any character in here who stood out though, so minus points, I guess. Yeah. It was a fun. It was more fun to talk about than I thought.
He's so fast.
It makes it so non-threatening to have him with his cat-like reflexes. It's like, no, what are you doing?
He's just such a huge guy. Yeah. He's
and
just such
old.
a big dude.
And he's 60 years
he's
old.
He's supposed to be super old.
Well, he's got to be over 60 though.
Yeah, this was 50 years ago. He was not 10 in the first one. He was like 30 and mid-20s.
That's why I was like, that's why I was reading
like
it. It was
75.
Yeah. He's like almost 80 and he's fucking.
They should have had him like with a cane just hobbling about, just rushing people.
Dude, I want like the chainsaw on the end of his cane. It's like a weird cane staff.
See, what I wanted is I wanted him to like take his chainsaw and like set it on the ground so it like shot forward and he would just ride on top of it.
Oh my god, yeah, right. Like it's a fucking pogo stick but got like motors on like
yeah.
There is a after credit scene where he is hobbling back to the original house where all the massacres took place. So
is that what that was?
We can expect a sequel. But you're right. It would have been better if he was riding the chainsaw all the way back to that house.
It would explain how he got back to town so fast.
Because apparently the studio lost the rights to the time it took to make the movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oops.
Apparently Legendary has it now.
I don't know, man. Every movie has an after credit scene, so who knows anymore? If I think everybody just makes one. It's cheaper to film an after credit scene and get people hyped for a second one than to like go back and do something, because there's always a chance something will take off, and then you get a sequel after sequel after sequel.
Okay, I reread this. I guess there could be a sequel because it was Lionsgate that lost the rights. Legendary is the one who made this movie, and they have it.
Yeah, okay. They gained it. Because Lionsgate's too slow.
Fun fact, apparently this filming took place in Bulgaria.
Yeah, that's a huge thing with the Netflix movies. They all take place in, they're all filmed in like Eastern European countries because the tax write-offs are huge.
I had no idea.
Movies get made for fucking no money. That's why you see like all these pop-ups of like, who's John McClane? Fucking Die Hard.
Yeah.
Who's that actor? Know what I'm talking about?
Fuck. Yes, I do. Hold on.
You see a lot of movies popping up on Netflix and Hulu and whatever. They're all like aging out action stars. And basically they're big names and they shoot the movie for zero money in Eastern European countries. And all the money goes towards having a big name show up in the title screen. And these actors are like fed their lines through earpieces, and most of their scenes are shot sitting down. A lot of times they're not even on set. They're like green screened in.
Oh, and no.
It is all just like
Bruce Willis.
Like Bruce Willis. Yes. That's why you're seeing all these terrible Bruce Willis movies come out. The movies are all generic action garbage. That's not well written. It is just for making money. And good for them. If I was an aging actor, and somebody's like, we'll pay you $1 million to fucking sit in a chair for 20 minutes. Sure. Sign me up. I need a new pool.
I need a new pool.
If it works for them, fine. But these movies are all bad. So that's pretty much Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I can't wait for the sequel. I want him to fight Jason.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Or not Jason, Michael. There we go.
No. Michael slow walked his way to Alabama.
What if they
just be Michael chasing him? He's just zooming. Michael speed walking towards him.
It's the tortoise in the hair.
They got to team up to take on Voorhees.
Oh my gosh!
Why not? Who cares at this point?
And it's
everybody
space
fight
Voorhees.
each other. Space Jason X.
Jason in space.
Wonder when they're gonna make a horror cinematic universe where they just put everyone all in one place.
I don't know. They did. It's called Dead by Daylight.
Twins Kirk got it.
Didn't they add someone recently?
Dead by Daylight. They added Hellraiser. They're adding another Saw character, or they did. They're adding. They just added the Ring Girl. Sriracha or whatever her name is.
Sriracha.
What's the Ring Girl's name?
The Ring Girl.
The Sadako Rising.
Sadako. There you go. Sriracha.
Sriracha.
Wait, the Ring Girl, like the Ring as in the movie The Ring, or
maybe it's the Grudge. I don't know. It's the same thing.
I think the Grudge is Sadako. The Ring is maybe not.
The Ring is Samara. The Grudge is
Samara.
Sadako.
Yeah, then I was right when I said Samara.
It's the creepy girl, and she's got TV. So it's the Grudge. I don't know.
No,
I don't care. But that's what's in Dead by Daylight now.
It's none of us played anyways.
I used to. It's fun. I might play it again soon. I get a lot of people wanting to play it, and I just never do. Because
I'm too bad at it. I try, but I'm too awful.
Yeah, it's fine. No one cares. Anyway, so that's that. I don't have any idea what we're doing next. I'm thinking maybe Dune.
Yeah, we might do
Dune. If you guys are interested in the new Dune movie, and none of us know anything about Dune, so hopefully it isn't too smart for our little brain cells.
We're gonna offend so many people.
I offend people by existing.
Like that one person on your Yu-Gi-Oh video.
Oh my god.
Did you offend someone on your Yu-Gi-Oh video?
Oh my god. Somebody came in with like, I could just hear their mouth breathing through their comment of like, how do you have this spit up? It's misleading and blah. I'm like, bitch, this is made for comedy. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're pointing out all the flaws in a satirical video. You don't get it. You'll never get it. I'm mad.
I never replied to my comment. I'm so sad.
No, of course
put a comment on it.
I said lol nerd.
Yes.
It's stupid. None of it matters. Anyway, thank you all so much for listening. Do you guys have any projects going on? You got any more fanfics you've been writing?
Me, no.
Oh, fine.
Tsun, how about you?
What?
Yeah, I figured as much.
You haven't made any progress on yours at all. I'm so sad.
There's our fanfic soon.
Motherfucker, this is a joint effort now. You all help.
I think you've done the least amount of work. Yeah.
We all did our part. You're the one who's
some
slacking.
stuff. I gave in some input. You motherfuckers.
Did you?
I'm dead. Yes, I did.
When?
All the part that Fliz wrote, I provided a lot of the ideas for. Fliz wrote it, but I was the one that helped conceptualize it, you motherfucker.
You're like Ben Affleck helping Matt Damon write movies.
Matt Damon.
My name gets to be on here, right? Yeah, I guess so.
Motherfucker, listen, you guys are bullying me to making a fanfic. I don't.
Sorry.
It was fun bullying you to do it.
It was. Next time on Bullying Soon, we'll have Dune for you, I think. That's it. Thank y'all so much for listening, and hopefully we'll catch you soon.
See ya. Oh, wait, push a new button. Do the outro. Go.
I hope you enjoyed today's nonsense. If you have any suggestions for more nonsense, feel free to hit us up at dancersparadisepodcast@gmail.com or join the Discord. We're usually in there doing more nonsense. You can also catch me live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Flizoat, or if you feel so inclined to help us out, you can kick us $1 on the Patreon. It's patreon.com/Flizoat. All the links will be in the description, and you'll get some extra content on there as well. We do this whole thing from the ground up, from recording to production to we do it all ourselves, so any little bit helps, but honestly we're just thankful y'all are listening, and we enjoy doing this, and we're glad you enjoy it too. So hope to see you in the Discord. Catch you later.